Hey guys, it's me Courtney and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the new Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I also have the concealers, as well as I did pick up one of the, what are these called? The Stay Naked Vice Lip Chemistries. I'm actually probably not going to be wearing this today, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. But if you are interested in the foundation and the concealer and how they wear throughout the day, then please continue to watch. Alright, so to start off, I actually already primed my skin with the Nars Pore and Shine Control Primer. So this is the actual packaging. I think for all of the foundations that have been coming out lately, I think this is the most unique packaging. I do wish it was glass instead of plastic, but you know, that's just me being like nitpicky. It is $39, you get 1 ounce. I got the shade 60WY. After I ordered this online and got it, I did feel like it was a little too yellow, but when I went in store and swatched it next to the other shades, I felt like this is going to be the closest match to my skin tone. All right, so this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's super runny as well. This is more watery than the Pat McGrath foundation. If you guys have tried the Urban Decay regular naked foundation, this is way more runny than that one. And it doesn't have the same smell, because I feel like the Urban Decay Naked foundation, the original, had like a painty kind of smell. So this one doesn't have that. I'm gonna go in on one side with the brush just so you guys can see how much coverage you can get with it with the brush. And even though it is a watery consistency, you still get like a spreadability that's nice. This side is without foundation, and this side is with it. And as you can see, it does give you a nice amount of coverage, even though I didn't get like any of this right here, but I'll fix it later. But it does give you a pretty decent amount of coverage. So it is a layerable foundation. You can put one layer on and then let it dry down a little bit and then go in with another layer. And you can build it up to a really, really good full coverage. And I also think that you can sheer this foundation out. If you wanted to, take your wet sponge, maybe use like 1 or 2 pumps or something like that for your whole face, and you can sheer the foundation out. So I do think this is a super buildable foundation, but I think just one layer is a nice coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the other side, and I'm gonna take my Real Technique sponge. Now this side is gonna be with the brush, and this side is kind of dried down a little bit, so if it looks slightly different, it's because this side is still a little wet and then this side has dried already. But this side is with the brush, and then this side is with the sponge. I'm a sponge kind of girl usually, so I actually prefer the sponge. You can use a brush. This one isn't my favorite brush. This is a BH Cosmetics random marble set brush. This one isn't my favorite brush to use for these types of foundations, but this is the only clean brush I had. But yeah, so I definitely am gonna go in with my sponge on this side to finish this area right here and just sort of get like kind of a smoother, seamless look. But yeah, like I said, you see like I had pumped that on my arm already, or on my hand. It dries down completely and it does not move. Y'all see that? Now we're gonna go ahead and move into the Stay Naked concealer. So your concealers are going to be $29. You get 0.35 ounces. Originally I got the color 50WY, which turned out to be way too light for me. And then I got 60WR, which has a little bit more, it's like a warm red kind of thing. Neither one of these colors are something that I would use to highlight or conceal. These do come in 25 shades. I did feel like the shade range for the actual concealers were so off. And like I said, I couldn't find a shade that would properly fit, especially for the foundation. Like I couldn't find something within that same realm. Now the one thing that's different from this concealer is that it does have like that curved doe foot, which I guess a lot of people really enjoy. I find it kind of unnecessary. I don't feel like it hugs anything any differently than any concealer would. So what I'm gonna do with this concealer is bring the lighter shade a little bit closer to the inner parts. This one's gonna work more of a brightening effect, whereas the other one is gonna blend into the skin a little bit better. Alright guys, so this is the face that we are going to be rocking today. I ended up doing like a really thick graphic liner, not on purpose. I did want to mention a few things that I had to go through, especially with the concealer. As you guys know, like I try products out for a while before I come on here and give you guys a full like review. I did try this one. I've been trying this one. This one's more of a new one that I got just to sort of warm this color up a little bit. This one is yellow, but it's super duper like stark. So I ended up kind of having like almost ghost face in the middle of my face. I ended up kind of brightening just the center right here with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder. So I am kind of trying that out because I have that foundation and powder review coming soon. But also I ended up getting the what is this, the same powder but just in golden orange, which really helped me like sort of mellow out that sort of ghostness that was going on in the middle of my face. And because it's powders, I did end up going in and kind of setting everything with the powder and then spraying my setting spray so that I could sort of moisten it up a little bit. Moisten? Is that the right word I want to use? But yeah, so I did end up spraying my face twice. One, so I can sort of nullify the powderiness of it all because it's already a matte foundation. And then again at the end just to set everything. And honestly, I still think it looks really good. I was a little bit worried because it's the matte foundation on top of the powders. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be too dusty and powdery looking, but I think that setting spray situation kind of helped it out a little bit. Right now it's 12:59, so we'll just kind of round that to 1 o'clock. I've tried setting it and not setting it. Today we uber set it. If you guys are interested in any of the products that are on my face, I always try to leave that in the description box below. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and I will see you guys about 8 hours. Alright guys, I am back and this is what my face is looking like. Okay, so as far as what I can tell, I'm a little bit oily right here. I do have a slight, very slight, wait, can you guys see me? Okay, I do have a slight amount of creasing going on right here. I mean, but for the most part, even when I touch it, like it does come off a little bit, but the makeup itself isn't really disturbed. So that's good. My concealer's still in place. I'm not really creasing too bad under my eyes. And I would say overall, it still looks pretty decent. Now I do think that today I was a little bit more oily than usual. I kind of told you guys earlier how I had to try to combat like the brightness of it, so I ended up going in with a lot of powders and then had to layer. And usually I don't do that unless I absolutely have to, but I do have a feeling that that contributed to the oiliness of this foundation today. The last few times that I've worn this foundation, I did not get oily. Like literally it lasted 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. So it is a pretty long lasting foundation. By the way, it is $8.46. It is very comfortable. It's very lightweight. Like I said, it is long lasting. The one gripe I do have about it, I kind of talked about a little bit earlier. I feel like the colors run a little bit extreme. So I kind of wish that there was a little bit more depth, maybe a little bit more warm brown in there than just dark yellow, if that makes sense. And then the same thing with the actual concealers. I find that they're really good concealers, but again, the color range is a little bit weird for me. So again, I wasn't able to find the exact shades that I needed. Even still, these are a little bit brighter and not quite the depth and warmth that I like. But I do really like this foundation. It's a beautiful, soft, matte foundation. And I think it will work for dry skin, oily skin, sensitive skin. Like I think it's one of those foundations that works on a multitude of levels. And I mean, even if you're somebody that doesn't really like a ton of coverage, like I said before, you guys can definitely sheer this out and it'll still be really beautiful. I don't think that you could sheer out the concealer. The concealer is super full coverage and really thick, so I don't think you'd be able to sheer that out. But like I said, the foundation itself I think is really awesome. I'm gonna go back in with just like a light amount of the same powder that I used earlier, the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and I'm gonna do like a light dusting just to re-mattify. So I went back over the oils, but I used the dark powder instead of the light powder on accident. Yeah, so you get the point, even though I kind of made my nose orange. But like, if I would have went in with the actual banana powder, I think it would have brightened it and mattified it and did what it was supposed to do. I was kind of just trying to do something real quick. But like I said, you get the point. It'll cover up the oils. Don't use a dark powder in the middle of your face, because then that's what it ends up looking like. Yeah, but if you guys haven't already guessed it, I do really recommend this, especially out of all of the foundations that I've tried so far. I think this is my favorite. All right guys, that about does it for me. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to leave that in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if the mood suits you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.